It is currently a little bit after 5:30 in the morning, and I've got one simple goal for today. Get outside and catch the sunrise. Sometimes it's nice just to get up a little bit early and not really have a point to doing anything, but just to kind of get outside and just enjoy the scenery that you have around you. In Phoenix, there's so many people out here that it's really tough to find these moments where you can just kind of be alone and be away from some of the noise, some of the people, and some of the chaos. And this doesn't just have to be in person. I think a lot of times online, whether we're on Reddit, the comment section of an Instagram post, or the comment section of a YouTube post, looking at just these videos and the things that kind of feed into the hysteria, all the chaos of life, it can sometimes make you forget how calm things can be. You do a little bit just to get outside of the normal bubble that you sit in. Like for me, I used to spend a lot of my time on Reddit. And while I told myself I was learning a lot of things, it took a lot away from me. And that was the ability just to kind of be out here in these peaceful environments. And even if I was only on there for a couple hours here and there, every other day or however it may be, it takes away your ability just to kind of be at peace. And for me, I don't like living in chaos. I don't like living in a lot of clutter and a lot of noise in my life. And so moments like these are really important to get outside and enjoy nature while I can. And you probably can't hear it on the video, but there's airplanes above me. There's a bus behind me over there. I'm going to try to take it out in post, but there's also sounds of like ducks out here. There's a fish that jumps up every now and then. I saw a blue heron here recently. So it's nice to kind of get outside and just enjoy things while you can. If I waited another 30 minutes or so, this place would probably have another 10, 15 people walking around here. So while it's not always fun getting up early in the morning, sometimes it's nice to make a cup of coffee, get outside, not really have much more in the point than just taking a little bit of time for yourself. So far to date, I think I've made 27 videos on my channel in total. Now, if you've looked throughout these, you might have kind of picked up on something. I've been kind of confused, trying to really figure out what it is that I'm trying to say or what it is that I'm actually trying to show on these videos. I am not perfect, and it's not like I'm immune to the pressures and things that are around me too. So sometimes, kind of like I mentioned before, when you sit in so much noise and there's so many inputs coming into you from different parts of your life, it's hard to really sit back, take time to have moments to yourself, to reflect and think about what it is that you want to bring. And I'm not saying that I have the perfect idea moving forward, but I did really kind of think about something the other day. And it came from me sitting down and doing things like this, like journaling, taking moments to myself and getting back to things that I care about. When I grew up in a household that wasn't exactly calm, right? And if you watched any of my other videos, I moved a lot too. So I never really had a routine. I never had a place to go home. I never really had calm, nature and things at school. I never had any type of calm at home. I was always in this perpetual state of chaos, noise, and just a lot of things happening, a lot of inputs and stuff coming at me. And so what I realized recently is that I spent a lot of time in my life getting to the point where all this noise crowded what was actually in here, which is what's the most important. Every single one of us is unique, and we all bring something valuable to the table, whether we realize that or not. And I think it's not that something is wrong with you or that you're missing something or there's something wrong with you compared to anybody else that's out there in the world. I just think that so many times in this day and age, we have so much noise around us that takes away our ability to really see who it is that we are in here. When you have all the social media, you have constant TV, streaming services and such, it's hard to get to a point these days where we can wash the dishes without having a show on in the background or something too. And I get it, right? Like, when we're used to living all this noise and used to having all this stimulus and such around us, it's hard to get back to a point where it's just kind of quiet because it's boring. It's not fun. For years of my life, I used cannabis as a way to not feel bored. And then I would watch TV shows. I'd be on social media. I'd be scrolling. I just would always find a way to be involved in something, anything I could do to get to a point where I wasn't able to sit with my own thoughts. And while it can entertain you in the short term, in the long term, I think it takes us away from who we are as people. I know that certainly happened to me. And if you haven't seen that, go back and look at some of my videos and see kind of the inconsistency and see some of the struggles and such that I've had. Maybe they're not as overt as you're used to seeing, but trust me, I struggle in my own way. So recently what I've started doing was turn the TV off a little bit, right? I took Reddit off my phone. I don't really use Instagram that much anymore. If you follow me on Instagram, like I just don't really post that much. It's not because I don't care or I don't watch people's things. It's because I've realized that I've been too consumed in just doom scrolling, going down this rabbit hole, and just before you know it, you're wasting an hour or two of your day that I could have used for something else that's more productive. And even if it's not quote unquote more productive, it could have been something that was used to just get more in tune with who I am as a person again, right? I grew up in a day and age where if you were bored, like it meant that like your friends were busy. It meant that there is no social media, there's no TV and such to watch. You might just be sitting in your house staring at a wall with nothing to do. As tough as that was, I think part of me kind of misses that. So moving forward, I can't promise that I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this channel. I'm gonna figure it out just like a lot of people do. But I'm taking a lot of the pressure away from myself. I'm coming out here, I'm doing things like taking my journal out, and whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I'm gonna make sure that I put whatever my thoughts are. Even if my only thoughts say, I have no idea what I'm thinking today. Because if you do this enough, and if I do this enough, I'm gonna get back to the point where I kind of see what matters to me. And just in this short term, in the short time that I've been doing this, what I can tell you is that I've realized that kind of like the chaos, the noise, and all these inputs and such that I told you that was always difficult for me growing up, I realized that some of the moments that I found the most peace and the ability to be happy were when I was able to disconnect from things, get away from people, get away from noise, the stimulus and all this, and just take in what's around me. I don't care where you live, what's going on around you. There are moments like this that you can find anywhere that are peaceful, they're serene, and it allows you to think and get back to who you are as a person. Don't let your gifts go away. I promise you, you have them. I'm gonna take 5 minutes here, write down whatever thoughts may come to my head. Because if you can't tell already from the background, the sunset that I said I was gonna come out here and see is just around the corner. So I got about 5 minutes or so to do that. So I'm gonna write down some thoughts, and maybe I'll try to get one more shot just so you can take in that sunrise with me too. See you on the other side. All right, so I might have lied. I tried to find a spot where I could get a picture of the sunset or a video of it, but I don't have a filter for my camera, so it's like, can I probably blind you if I try? So I don't want to do that to you, but in any case, hopefully you can at least tell the sunrise is coming up here. So I'm gonna take some time, sit down, and just enjoy it for what it's worth. See you all on the next one. Take care for now. Peace.